This is a De Tomaso Pantera GTS, and it's one of the coolest supercars to emerge from the 1970s. But to truly understand the Pantera, you need to know the story behind it. It all started with this handsome chap, Alejandro De Tomaso. His father was an Argentinian politician, and his mother was from one of Argentina's most prominent and wealthy ranching families. That family legacy explains the De Tomaso logo, which is a stylized Argentinian flag flipped on its side, overlaid with the cattle brand of his ancestors' ranch. Obsessed with cars from an early age, Alejandro competed in his first motor race at 17, driving a modified Bugatti Type 35. In his 20s, he was then implicated in a plot to overthrow the Argentinian president and decided that would be a good time to relocate to Italy, specifically Modena. You know, the home of Ferrari. He got a job as a test driver for Oscar, and it was around this time that he met his future wife, American heiress Isabel Haskell, who was also a keen racing driver, and together in 1959 they founded De Tomaso Automobili. The initial focus of the company was all about racing. Alejandro designed and produced prototypes and race cars for Formula Junior, Formula 3, Formula 2, Formula 1 and IndyCar. But today, De Tomaso are more renowned for their road cars, and the Pantera is the most famous of them all. Their business strategy was to combine Italian design with reliable American powertrains, and so the Pantera was developed in collaboration with Ford, who were looking for a sports car to replace the Shelby Cobra and to compete with cars like the Ferrari Dino.
Sounds fancy and it gets confusing. What it means is open up your goddamn market.
Lee Iacocca took interest in De Tomaso after the Mangusta's modest success, and Henry Ford II liked the idea of having an Italian-styled mid-engine sports car on Ford's roster, and so a deal was made and the Panteras were sold through Ford's Lincoln Mercury dealers.
That's what we mean by Mercury quality.
The Pantera was powered by Ford's 5.8-litre Cleveland V8, which produced around 330 horsepower. And unlike most Italian exotics, it wasn't a high-strung temperamental engine. It was a good old-fashioned V8, which meant that it was easy to work on and had massive tuning potential. Despite its promise, the Pantera's relationship with Ford didn't last. At the end of 1973, Ford pulled out of the deal due to disappointing sales and a rather inconvenient oil crisis. However, De Tomaso kept the Pantera alive, producing various iterations over the years and refining it all the way up until 1992. The early 70s Panteras had an elegant wedge-shaped body designed by Gear's Tom Chada, but as the years went on, the Panteras became more and more aggressive as they looked to keep pace with the Lamborghini Countach. This 1979 GTS model was made just before the arrival of the Pantera GT5, which is when things started to get super aggressive, so it strikes a nice balance between the two. It's finished in a red and black combo that is similar to the base Le Mans race car. It's got the gold Pantera decals down the side and the gold-painted Campanolo wheels, which also happen to be wearing the fattest tyres I've ever seen on a road car. Let's have a quick measure. 13 inches. With looks like that, it wasn't a surprise that the Pantera developed a cult following. Even Elvis Presley owned one, though his frustration with reliability led him to literally shoot his car with a revolver. It was the reliability issues that also hindered De Tomaso's success on the racetrack, and the reason for these issues was down to the ridiculous timeframes within which the car was developed. Ford wanted to be the first to bring an Italian-styled mid-engine sports car to the US market, and the fear they might get beaten to it meant the Pantera was developed in only 9 months. Fortunately, reliability improved as the car continued to be developed over the years, but it does mean you'd be hard-pressed to find an original Pantera for sale today, as most were modified and upgraded by their owners so they could actually enjoy driving them. For example, this car benefits from a bottom-up restoration and an interior retrim, meaning it's ready to be enjoyed by its next custodian. When Alejandro De Tomaso died in 2003, the company seemingly went with him, and then in 2014 the rights were acquired by Norman Choi, and a few years later they unveiled the P72. Damn, that's a good looking car. But it's still the Pantera that goes hand in hand with the De Tomaso name, and it's still the Pantera that most people dream of owning. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down below in the comments what you think of the Pantera. This car is currently for sale with Premier GT and available to view on Custodian, so make sure to check it out. And make sure to check out Custodian as well for all your car-related needs, whether that's insurance, you're looking to buy a new car, or you're just looking to manage the ownership of your current cars. I'll leave all the links down below in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.